Hey, my name is Danny Schwab with Keyrenter, South Florida Property Management. I am the broker owner. A topic that I get asked about all the time is I own a property, condo, single family home, townhouse, small multifamily, big multifamily. And their question is, should I sell it today in this market or should I rent it out? It's a tough decision. And there's a lot of factors that go into it. And I always talk to people. The first thing as they say is that I'm not your attorney. I'm not a mortgage broker. I'm not your tax accountant. So I can't determine absolutely what the best thing is for you today, but I can talk about some stuff that will make your decision hopefully a little bit easier, right? And one of the first things that I do is I say to clients that, hey, do you know that you can do both? That you can offer it for sale on the MLS. You can also offer it for rent on the MLS. Two separate listings, two separate strategies. And you can then see what is offered to you. I can rent out this house for $3,000 a month, or I can sell it for $475. If those are legitimate offers and first one comes up and you say, that's a great rental price, let's take it. They're applicants that are two-income family, they've been in the same job for 5 years, no pets or, a small dog, they have one kid and they're not in a position to buy. So it's like maybe the perfect set of circumstances, you say, let's rent it. And when we rent it for a year, if we then are listed, interested in renewing for a second year, and we go to the tenants, we perform our inspections, we talk about it, we go to the owner, say, they're ready to renew for another year. We've got a rent increase of $150 a month. And they say, well, maybe it's a good time to sell it now. We can go back to the tenant and say, hey, we're going to go month to month. We're not going to offer you a 12-month lease. And we're going to, test the market for sale. Are you interested in buying, right? There's a lot of ways to do it. If they get the rental offer that they want, take it. If then on the flip side, it's on the market, they find a great buyer and the price is right, then you can do that. So a lot of people don't even know that there's multiple options. Now, what I also find really interesting is I get the kind of concept all the time that my property is rented for $1,900 a month and my mortgage, taxes, insurance are $2,300 a month. So I'm losing $400 a month out of pocket. Well, that's not really accurate, right? If you have a mortgage and let's say you're paying down the principal of $500 a month, you're actually ahead by $100 every month. That's not even counting appreciation. And appreciation to me is the most important aspect of this conversation that I have with owners. Why is that? It's because if you're in an A-rated neighborhood, great schools, maybe near the beach, and you have a single family home or a nice upscale townhouse, your property is going to appreciate way more than a property that is in a D-level neighborhood, views and noise of the highway. As your property is appreciating in a better neighborhood, markets change all the time. Put a tenant in place 3 years, 5 years. When you get to a real hot market, that's the time to sell. You can sell, you can do a 1031 exchange. There's a lot of opportunities to get. I'm not a tax accountant. I'm just giving you one example. I always tell my clients and anyone that I'm happy to talk about the rental market. I'm happy to talk about the sales market. But if you want to know your best moves for your long-term financials, CPA, attorney, your mortgage broker, see if you can refi, if you can save money. That's not for me to say. So that's just a little disclaimer. But, appreciation is huge. There's also depreciation, right? Where you get write-offs for owning investment properties for, the depreciation of your roof and capital expenditures and also major improvements, air conditioners, water heaters, those are the things. So it's really important to really have a conversation, not just with somebody like me, a professional property manager, but your accountant and all that. Know what the values are. Realtors can tell a client, oh, that's a $500,000 house. Does that mean you're going to get a $500,000 offer in 30 to 60 days? Absolutely not. You have no idea what's going to come in the next 30 days. You put it on the market, you do the best guess you can with comparable properties, with the same amount of bedrooms, bathrooms, whether it has a pool, whether it has impact glass windows, a newer roof, all the little things that go into it. But what's hard for people to judge is the curb appeal, the feel of the neighbors, the feel about when people are comparing it to 3 other properties that they really need because it fits their particular interests and what they want, big backyard, maybe a large garage, maybe an updated kitchen with an open floor plan. You've got lots of different things that people really value in making their choice when they make that offer. Typically when it's a single family home and not being purchased by an investor or an upscale townhouse condominium, it's an emotional purchase. You're seeing yourself in this property. So sometimes you're not as in tune with what the value of the property is. You want it, right? It's an emotional purchase. It's your home. It's where you want to come home every night, lay your head, be with your family, invite your family to visit. Nobody's going to guarantee what the price is. So test the market. What is the real value you're going to get? What is that offer that's 30 days to close? Rental market, the rental value, they want to move in, on the first of the month. So my advice to anyone that asks that question, let's talk. Let's really get into what your financial position is, what your financial goals are. And if, my personal feeling in South Florida real estate, if we're talking about today, January 21st, 2026, is rent. We do not want to sell it today. Interest rates seem to be coming down a little. I feel more action every day in the market. It's getting exciting again. It's a beautiful feeling here. I would wait. I would rent it. I would wait for the market to get hot. And then at that point, you could sell. That's it. I'd love to talk to you about your property management needs. Danny Schwab, Keyrenter. Thank you.